So I just got done reading the comment section of the Dragon Ball Super episode 102 review, as well as the Facebook comments I was getting about the episode. And man, let me tell you, I knew that episode 102 was going to be polarizing. You know, when I got done watching it, I knew it was going to be like, loved and hated. But I had no idea it was going to be that polarizing. Like, it's literally cut right down the middle. Like, a lot of folks did not like Super Episode 102, and a lot of people did like it. Most of them were saying that, it was kind of cute or whatever. It was kind of funny. That was it. But I saw a lot of folks who thought it was the worst episode of the arc. And I had a feeling. I had a feeling. I just knew it was going to be despised, or at least disliked by a lot of people. That being said, though, we're going to go ahead and talk about Dragon Ball Super episode 103 here. We're going to preview the next episode like we always do every week, go frame by frame here. And I just want to say that I think that this episode 103, is going to be received a lot better than the last one, because this episode is going to feature a lot of focus on the boy wonder Gohan. We haven't seen too much focus on Gohan since those couple episodes, a few weeks ago where he was training with Piccolo and fighting Goku. Now we're going to get more of a focus on Gohan, and as we know, Gohan is ridiculously popular. So I do believe that, this episode will be received better, but who knows? They could screw the pooch again. Who really knows? So what we're going to do, like we do every week, we're going to go ahead and break down the episode preview frame by frame, and I'll give you my thoughts, and we'll get into it. Let's do it. Here we go. Immediate thing here. Okay, let me show you guys. This is Gohan. Okay, so the next episode preview is being narrated by Gohan. This is not the first time it's happened. There's a few DBZ episodes that Gohan also narrated. Usually it's Goku in the Japanese version. The dub, it was, I think, Doc Morgan and Kale Bear later on, the voice actors. Japanese one, it was Goku, Masako Nozawa. But because Gohan's narrating this, I have a feeling that this episode will really be Gohan-centric. Like, I think they're really, really going to focus a lot on Gohan. And here we see Gohan fighting Botamo. Now, obviously, Goku did not clue in his son about Botamo's ability to deflect physical attacks into other parallel dimensions, which is what Jocko explained during the previous tournament arc. And so poor Gohan's going to go into this fight, legit like wanting to harm this dude physically and not having a clue that it's just not going to work. So he's going to have to do what Goku did and figure out a way to eliminate him without hurting him physically. In fact, if you hit play here, you can see him going for those shots. It's just not going to do anything. Now, Gohan then goes on to say, Piccolo-san, let's fight the brutes of Universe 10 together. So those long-awaited Piccolo and Gohan team-up moments, we are going to get some of them in this episode. I do think we are. It's implied we are. So the Universe 10 only has a few members left. In fact, let's go over to Shadow Raiko's little cheat sheet, which is very helpful for these videos. Very, very, very helpful. Universe 10 has Rubarut, Obni, and Jill Cole left. That's 3 dudes left over. Chances are they're probably going to go. I say that because I think they are going to go, but I don't want to spoil it for anybody. I'm just going to say that they probably are going to go because how much longer can they last? So it looks like Gohan's going to try and finish them off, which to me is very interesting. We're going to get to why here in a minute. I'm going to get to that. I'm going to come back to that here in a second because there's a very interesting problem with Gohan and what he's trying to do and what might end up happening. But we're going to get back to that, okay? I will get back to that here. Let's go ahead and keep going. Now, here we have Goku being surrounded by all these balls of energy. This is, of course, from the Universe 2 kamikaze fireball chick that did not get eliminated right here. Suroas Rosie. She did not get eliminated, and she is fighting with Goku, which you're going to see right here. He's getting pummeled here with these ki blasts. Remember, there she is. Remember, she has the ability, like they said in the previous episode, to control her energy. She has a high level of energy manipulation, which is going to end up being a problem for Goku. Of course, he can probably take her out whenever he wants if he powers up, but what fun is that, right, if you're Goku? And then here we have a shot of 17 fighting Ribrianne. Now, obviously, if you remember the previous episode, Ribrianne is very upset because 17 eliminated one of her, he eliminated her partner, her teammate, so to speak. So she got pissed, and at the end of the episode, she unleashed her rage. So it's going to be very interesting to see how strong Ribrianne actually is, because it looks like she's going all out now with rage and power, and it looks like, well, we'll see how strong 17 got too. Now, as you see this shot right here, we're going to see them fight. Gohan says, my attacks are being reflected by their counters, and it won't work. I think he's specifically talking about Botamo. I don't think he's referring to Ribrianne or any of the Universe 2 folks or any of the Universe 10 guys. I think it's specifically going to be Botamo who he's talking about, because we know for a fact that Botamo's the guy who knows how to deflect things. Now that shot right there, let me go back and show you guys that real quick. I want to clarify something here. Okay, yeah, we know that. Let's see if I can get the shot. Well, okay, real quick. There's Gohan. Looks like he is powering up to maybe his ultimate form. I can't really tell. It looks like it is based on the gray aura. So Gohan will be... This is definitely going to have a lot of Gohan action. Now, this guy right here. I've had some people assume this is going to be a Namekian, possibly from Universe 6. No, that's not the Namekian. Let me show you guys who that is. He is from Universe 10. He is Obni. That is who that is. That's that guy. So it's not the Namekian. I think the focus of this episode is going to be on Universe 10 being in trouble and some Universe 2 fights. So the way I'm going to break it down, folks, this is the way I think it's going to happen, is Piccolo and Gohan are going to fight Universe 10. Goku and 17 are going to fight the Kamikaze Fireball magical girls from Universe 2. So that's the way that I think that's going to be the main fights of this episode in my prognostication. And there we see again, you see that the big guy, that was Babarut. So I mean, we're seeing the Universe 10 guys, Piccolo is matching up against them. I can't really tell what's going on here. It looks like Gohan just unleashes an attack, and it looks like this person who he's fighting has the ability to make clones. That's what it looks like there. If you think I'm wrong about that, let me know in the comments what you think might be going on. Like, let me know if you think that maybe he's not making clones, or maybe it's a different technique, or maybe I just can't see something. But it looks like Gohan's just fighting a bunch of clones there of one guy. She's concerned, and I don't blame her. And then he says, but I'm not about to back down. There's your obligatory shot of Hit. I don't think Hit's doing anything. And there's Dispo. Now, without going into spoilers, I got to be careful how I say this, because not everybody who watches these videos follows the spoilers. Hit and Dispo are going to be featured in the future. That's all I'm going to say. In the future, okay? So this might be a teaser for that. I don't think anything's going to happen here, but I think in the future it is going to happen. That's all I'm saying. We're trying to stay as vague as possible. Those of you who know the spoilers, you already know. We know. But I think they're just kind of showing these characters. So Gohan goes on to say, I'll release all of my power to achieve victory. So I'm expecting a lot of, and there we have, of course, the Universe 2 gods. I'm expecting a hell of a lot of Gohan badassery. We haven't seen Gohan truly... there haven't been any real Gohan-centric episodes in this arc, with the exception of the episode where he trained with Piccolo and the one where he eventually would challenge Goku, in the nighttime episode, which was really, really good. One of my favorite episodes of Super so far. So I think this episode will be a lot of Gohan just doing badass things, and I do predict that Gohan will get at least one elimination. Now, here is the big thing I was talking about earlier. Okay, I'm going to have a discussion with you guys about this down below. Gohan is not like Goku. Gohan is much more human. He's much more empathetic. He's much more caring. How do you think Gohan is going to deal with the fact that, and this is to me a very interesting aspect of this whole arc, it's not just about your own survival. It's also about the fact that if you eliminate somebody, if you win, if you eliminate a universe, they get wiped away, which means that millions of innocent lives are going to get destroyed. How do you think Gohan, who's always fighting for his friends and for peace and for good, he's a good dude, he's probably the most benevolent character in the series, or at least one of them, right? How do you think he's going to deal with this? How do you think, let's say Gohan does eliminate one of the universes and Zeno wipes them out. How is Gohan going to react? Like, how is he going to... Because that's the most interesting thing about all this, dude. Like, that's the biggest thing to me, is how is he going to deal with the fact that he would essentially be one of the people who's responsible for millions of lives dying? Let me know in the comments. I think that's the most important thing I want to get out of all you guys watching this, is that, because that's to me the most interesting thing from a character perspective of this episode. And here we have again that shot of Gohan fighting. I cannot even tell who it is. It's too blurry, but I think he's gonna run right through their shit. I mean, if you ask me. And then here we have the pumpkin. So now we can get a clearer shot of who that is, and it looks like that is probably Baba Root. So there you go, Gohan versus Baba Root. Is it? Yeah, I think it doesn't look like anybody else, so I think it is Baba Root. Yeah, I think it is. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's Baba Root. So there you go. It won't be easy, but I think Gohan, it's gonna be interesting because I want to see what this technique is. It looks pretty cool and very colorful. And here we have Gohan and Piccolo. We're gonna see them team up next on Dragon Ball Super. Gohan, show no mercy. Showdown with Universe 10. So I do think Gohan's gonna face Universe 10. I mean, it's right there. I mean, there's not even a question about it anymore. Keep going here. That shot of Gohan, I think that's Gohan flying up. Yeah, and he's powering up a Kamehameha. That's pretty awesome. That's pretty awesome. That's pretty scary. But I really want to get you guys' thoughts, everybody watching this, on Gohan's conundrum here. Obviously, he has to do it because we have to survive above them. But how is he going to deal with it as an empathetic person? Let me know what you think in the comments. Let me know what you think overall about this episode. Are you excited that Gohan's getting the spotlight? Are you excited that Gohan and Piccolo are going to do team-up moves? Do you want to see more of Ribrianne in 17? I think it'll be mostly Gohan-based. And if Universe 10 does get eliminated, again, we're going to say if. That's all I'm going to say. We kind of expected it, so it's not really a big surprise. But how is Gohan going to deal with it? Let me know. I look forward to reading it, and thank you as always for your support of the channel. It means very, very much to me. And take care of yourself and each other, and I'll talk to you guys a little bit later on.